Yes, I'm Alan Valentine, and that's AlanValentine, and I'm President and CEO of the Nashville Symphony.
What does it feel like to have the Nashville Symphony back at home 18 months later?
Oh my gosh, there is just nothing that compares to this moment today. It's been a really hard 18 months for all of us in the arts and in music in particular. I mean, we're fundamentally in the crowd business, right? And so to have to shut down completely for such an extended period of time has been really challenging. And even in this moment, here we are in the middle of this Delta variant spike, which none of us anticipated when we actually planned our current season. So that's created additional challenges. And, we have a good health and safety plan in place, a very strong health and safety plan in place. And the confidence now, because we have navigated this, I think, pretty well. And I have to give a lot of credit to the community for the very generous support that they've given to the institution. I think everybody sort of recognized that to help the symphony and other arts organizations in our community navigate this pandemic, that it would require some extraordinary support. And so we found a number of our patrons really stepping up to the plate. Our ticket holders who kept their money on account with the faith that they would once again be able to come and hear the orchestra. That was also very helpful. It minimized the number of refunds we had to issue. And then, of course, the federal government provided some help in the form of PPP loans and SVOG grants, Shuttered Venue Operators grants. And all of that really gave us the confidence to say that even in spite of this Delta variant spike, we're moving forward. We're not going backwards. We're not looking sideways. We're looking straight ahead. We know that eventually this will all, this current spike will die down. And that we'll all find ways to navigate in the future through these kinds of moments, and that this pandemic may be here for even a while longer, but I think we'll find our way. And so I'm excited, though. I have to go back to the original question, though, and say I am so excited about tonight. Hearing the orchestra, we did a little bit of work with the 4th of July. We had an orchestra we put together for the 4th of July fireworks on the river. Then we did 2 concerts last weekend at the Ascend. And I'm telling you, when I heard the first rehearsal for the very first concert last weekend, it brought tears to my eyes. I mean, I was so elated. And I know our musicians are also experiencing that kind of elation to be back together with each other, performing as an ensemble on stage. And so I think tonight is going to be absolutely pure magic. This is the opening of our 75th anniversary season. 75 years the orchestra's been here, and the only years that I know of that we've really been shuttered were these last 18 months of the pandemic. In all that time of 75 years, even after the flood and the economic meltdown and all of that did, we were back on stage playing 4 days after the flood, on the steps of the courthouse. We did that big free concert. Well, this is unlike anything any of us have ever known, because it stopped us from doing the very thing that we're here to do. And the very thing that we're here to do is the very thing I think that our community needs the most right now, which is some music, some sense of normalcy, and the power of music to express that for which there's simply no words, is palpable. And I think that the orchestra and the entire arts community, whether it's the art museums, it's TPAC, it's any of the ballet, the opera, I think we're all going to have a significant role in helping our community heal from this moment.
Let's talk about the health protocols. What can folks expect that's going to be different tonight and moving forward?
Well, it'll be a little different tonight in terms of what people were accustomed to pre-COVID. We, in terms of health and safety protocols, have been working very closely with the folks at HCA, who've been our health and safety partner, and really benefited from their advice. We're going to require that anyone coming tonight show proof that they're either vaccinated, meaning that can be a copy of their vaccine card with them, or they can have it, a picture of it on their phone. Or we'll be offering rapid COVID tests on site outside the building for anybody who has either not gotten a test or was unable to produce their vaccine card. And then anybody who's gone ahead and taken the initiative to be tested before coming down, we'll look at those tests as well. And we've got a group on site helping us navigate all of that. And once the COVID screening has taken place, then everyone will be able to enter the building. Each person, as they are screened, will be able to enter the building and take their seats. And we're going to ask that everybody in the building, require that everybody in the building be masked at all times. And that really, I know for some people seems challenging, but I will say this, we're in a very difficult moment with the Delta variant. We're really at the peak of it now. It's just sort of peaking. And these protocols won't necessarily have to remain in place forever, but we will begin to make adjustments to them as the conditions of the pandemic really suggest that that's appropriate.
You talked about folks having to wear a mask. Anything else in terms of once they get inside?
Well, the concert tonight, this weekend, these concerts are 90-minute concerts without intermissions, so that we didn't want to create a situation where lots of people are gathering and eating and drinking without masks on and being in close proximity. So, it gives us a chance to hear the concerts. We will be making adjustments to these protocols, as I say, as we go along. But that's the other significant thing, I think, is just the question of, not having food and beverage, using digital ticketing. Everybody's going to be coming in with tickets either on their phone, or maybe some of them will have printed the QR codes. But we're really trying to make everything as touchless as possible. And our primary concern is to keep everyone safe. That is, our employees, whether it's ushers, staff, musicians, and the public. We really want to be responsible about that. And unlike, say, going to the Titans, this is indoors, and we have a very good air recirculation system because the building is fairly modern. It was built in 2006 and opened then. And so we know that we have an excellent system for recirculating the air. It turns over just within a few minutes, every, I think it's 11 minutes maybe. And we have hospital grade filtration systems in the building. So, I think those things will be invisible to people, having to do with, the filtration systems and that type of thing. But what people will notice is that it's an intermissionless concert tonight. Great program, though. The orchestra will be spread out a little bit on stage because, of course, one of the problems with an orchestra is that some of the musicians play wind and brass instruments, which are basically aerosol generators. So even though all of our musicians on stage tonight are vaccinated, and all of our employees are, we do want to be extra careful anyway. And again, as I say, as the conditions permit, we'll begin to make adjustments.
Okay. Brandon, do you have anything for us?
Anything
That's
else?
really all I have for you. Is there
Okay.
anything else you would like to mention I might have missed?
No, I think, really, it's the opening of our classical series. It's the opening of our 75th anniversary. And without the help of our community, this moment might not be possible. And so I just want to again say thank you, a deep, heartfelt thank you on behalf of the musicians, the board, the staff, everyone associated with the symphony, for helping make this moment possible. And it's going to be a glorious evening. And if anybody doesn't have tickets, they can still acquire tickets for tonight, Thursday night, or to Thursday night tonight, Friday or Saturday. So we still have tickets available. Okay. And so come on down.
Wonderful. So 2 more shows after tonight for this
Right,
series.
2 more shows, and we still have tickets available.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful.